Yes, I took a quick pause, had to free up some space in my phone. But this energy, Freudian slip, uh, someone may have been sending us energy, trying to put us in a sleep spell or sending us an evil eye. But their lust and fake love is in reverse. These illusions that they have uh, sent our way, it did not really work. You may have someone in your life named Johnny or Franklin or someone that you call OG with these names, or maybe someone that lives at your daughter's house that have been sending this energy towards you. And cytokinesis is not actually a spiritual gift, but it is the process of cellular division when a cell splits from one into two. So all of these things may have something to do with your personal situation. I'm also seeing a Z name, Zane, Saraya. And so yeah, someone may have been trying to do spell work or project a negative energy to you. I don't know if you are a medium and you channel energy, or you have some kind of spiritual gift with channeling energies from the spiritual world. But I have here, never look back, and a lesser fear will be driven out by a greater fear. And so this is probably the people that are working against you, trying to send you this evil eye or sleep spell or projecting this fake love as an illusion. You know, you don't feel this. This is an energy that you recognize and you have been exposed to before. And so once you have this sense or this inkling that this is the type of situation that you are in, and you pray it away or knock it down, you know, the people that are trying to send this energy to you, you know, the tables will be turned, and you will end up being the big bad wolf, and you will huff and puff and blow their house down, and they will realize that all the energy was a waste of time, and that they were actually under the illusion themselves, not you. Because you lean on the rock. You represent with the big gods of Zion and New Jerusalem, Jesus Christ and Yahweh, or maybe some of the other Anunnaki gods that are associated with Yahweh, like Enki, Enlil, air deities, or even some African deities. Is everything that I'm seeing on the board right now. And you know that everything happens in divine timing, and life has a way of trickling down from the spiritual world to the 3D, or things manifest from the inside out. And you know, if it's not inside you, it's hard to reflect it on the outside. And so this is how people carry a mask, and usually a mask, something typically of narcissism. You know, when you knock that mask off, you know, everything shall be revealed. So take about accountability for you and your actions and what you do. And if you have wronged someone, you know, never be too fearful to give the apology, because apologies go a long way in spiritual court and in real life. So let's be more humble out here and stop acting like know-it-alls. And even in relationships, you know, you really don't know somebody, relationships and friendships, and you really don't know somebody until, you know, you stop investing your energy into them. that's when, they could flip the script and things could get ugly. So let's protect ourselves, let's protect our feelings, and don't let people into our inner circle too quick. And, for the people that may be getting flown out somewhere or visiting somewhere, don't be so fast to shack up with people. If someone is flying you out, ask them to get you your own room, and don't be so fast to go to another town or another place and get trapped off in a situation. Try to get your own residency. So it's always a place of safety that you can go, and they can, get you off your square and consume your energy. Let me see. And approach things with love, because the most dangerous feeling is jealousy. And so try to determine if people are jealous of your energy, because jealousy creates insecurity, and insecurity creates hatred, and hatred kills you softly or makes you look old. And if you are having some of these feelings, let's go ahead and do some shadow work and get it back in reverse. This may entail burning a candle also. And try not to be the prodigal son. Don't ask your father for your inheritance and then go out into the world and blow it. Like my father used to tell me, don't accept anything unless you know how to defend it. Let that sink in. Don't accept anything unless you know how to defend it. So don't be in a rush to cash out on your inheritance, or don't be a rush to get this large sum of money if you don't know how to invest it wisely for easy come, easy go. And this may be the resources that you need later on, further down the road. And so don't rush life, take it step by step. And people may project things on you, especially people that known you since a child. And so as a child, you kind of fall into a family, and you can't always pick it. You can't pick your family, excuse me. But as you reach this ripen age of 15, 16, 17, 18, you go through a rite of passage, and you get to strike out on your own and start to make decisions on your own. And so this is a perfect time to rebrand yourself, for you are not the person that your family says you are. They like to typecast you and tell you who you are, what you are. You may even come from a background where they treat you like Cinderella and use you as like the cleanup person, or, the person that stays at home and cooks, or, someone that cuts grass. But, once you step out into, college age, or you strike out and start getting your first jobs, it may be your true calling is to do something much, much bigger. And so know that, the mask that you wear with your friends and family that you grow up around, it's maybe not the calling that you have when you turn to an adult. Like in my situation, or like in Jesus Christ's situation, they say a prophet is no good in his own town, because, people that have it hard, if people would find it hard to believe that you are a prophet if you grew up and went to the same church as them, or this or that or the other, because a lot of times you have been developing this gift over a lifetime, and they don't see it because you hadn't expressed it, you know. And so, these spiritual gifts, they lie deep within, and sometimes they've been turned off until, you go through a trauma, can enact a gift, or, just they've been lying dormant until a set time when it was time for you to show and glow and do some work for Christ, or work for the church, or work for the community. So, don't always assign your childish or childhood reputation as who you are, and know that through life you will go through many phases. Um, like for me, for example, at one point in time, um, they said I looked like Andre 3000. Then at another phase, it was Mekhi Phifer, like in the movie 9 Mile. And then in another time, it was Jay-Z. Then in another phase, it was Paul Pierce. And so just know through life, the same way your appearance would change, your energy would change also. And, your calling or your job, in my younger days, I was young, dumb, and full of cum. I had a calling to be in the ministry at another phase. When I was called forth to do that, I went to a religious college. And when it was time for me to make a choice, instead of going into the ministry, I told God that I wanted to be a mix between Bob Marley and Tony Montana. Yeah, so, that phase didn't work out for me too good. Then another phase, I was in love with, I felt that I was a reflection of Kaiser Sose. And, now I'm a watchman. So, life comes at you fast, and you go through many phases before you actually stand into your true glory. So, don't take yourself too serious, and enjoy the ride. Don't be full of stress and put all this weight on yourself until you're ready to carry the bag. And when you're ready to step into your inheritance and, be a preacher or a watchman or, the owner of a company, it's a lot of responsibility. And once you get in the habit of taking on a lot of responsibility, it's hard to go back from that. Once people see you as a boss, or you're always the captain of a project, it's hard to go back and sit in the back row in the classroom and, and goof off. And so, don't jump too far and too fast. Take it easy, because, once people are used to you taking care of them, it's a wrap. They're going to be calling you daddy forever. Let's see. A lot of this reading is going into personal things, businesses that I'm working on now, projects. I heard a sister speak on today of the power of ChatGPT in doing digital products. So right now, looking at the things that I have to do, I think I would take this time to discuss the power of AI. So with AI, digital products, book writers, speech makers, me coming from Charleston, we don't have the best grammatical skills. And so with AI now, that actually is like a gatekeeper. And so now where you would have probably needed a whole lot of extra income to to help you, assist you in writing skills or grammatical checks and things like that. Now with the introduction of artificial intelligence, a lot of things are more easier and more accessible um, with the assistance of the computer. And so now money is not a thing, or money is not a barrier to stepping in to into your destiny. And so, you know, um, you may just need to invest in a class in AI, or do some work research, or go on YouTube and dive deep into OpenAI, the platform where they put new AI services up as they are developed, and they're in their beta testing phases. And you can get these AI apps for free as they're being beta tested and developed to put out on the market. And so now the sky is really the limit. And so the things that you are passionate about, screenwriting, let's say, or storytelling, with the help of the computer, these things are more accessible to a younger age. Um, I think there's a commercial on YouTube that says there are kids in high school that's doing things with Chat GBT now, forming companies in 1 day or 2 days or within a week, and the OGs are using AI to formulate emails. so, so yeah, that's a good example of the power of AI. You can do a whole website in a day now. I remember like 10 years ago, man, working on a website for a month and never finishing. So things in the speed of production has been ramped up, and so as time moves on, you will either stay current or you will go extinct. I'm not quite sure how they want me to explain these cards here. Let me see if I can pull up some cards to clarify.
We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can clarify
There's gaming, there's streaming.
these cards, because I don't know if this is a personal message
All our devices with lightning
or if this is something for the collective.
We're really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
But it's saying
This is an
reconsider your approach.
We all had that epic ride-share experience. Halfway through, your best friends, and they know your aspirations to go find yourself in Portugal. It's human. We're all looking for someone to listen. But not everyone is equipped to help. With over a decade of experience, BetterHelp can help match you with the right therapist.
And it's got stirring the pot.
Out of 1.7 million client session reviews.
And it's got Tupac and West Coast
For 10% off your first
and Conspiracy. So it's saying this moon energy. So this new moon energy, full moon energy. Okay, so as we go through conflicts and we put an end to them and move on, do not begin to worship idols, especially if you call yourself a chosen one or a golden child and feel like you have a calling over your life. For we use the moon for a measurement of the seasons. I represent with the Hebrew culture, and so we honor the new moon when new energy comes in, but during like this last full moon, the energy is at its highest because this is the greatest pull on the waters of the ocean, the rivers, and the waters that fill up the cells in our body. And so as we go through life, if you know how to work with this moon energy, then you can use this moon energy to help you face your spiritual challenges correctly. And by using this extra energy boost, you can use this as you stir the pot and kill off things that you do not want to see manifest, and to accept the things that you wish to bring in. And so, as we stir the pot, and with this full moon energy, I usually charge up a case of water underneath this energy and use this water throughout the month as a charge or a recharging system for my cells. And I drink this moon water as I do spiritual work, and I use this moon water as I conduct my rituals. And this may be something you want to consider, to charge your water underneath this full moon energy. Even if people look at you foolish for having a case of water sitting outside, that is none of their concern. We are not witches, or this is not necessarily spell work, but this is how we manifest, and this is how an alchemist does his thing. Understanding that water is a spirit and water has a power, and that we are 78% water, and water is very important and very vital and a key to life. As we come into this life, we come into this life through our mother's waters from her womb, and when we die, eventually our ashes, the ashes and dust to dust, will be picked up again by the waters, and we will be returned back from whence we came. And so water is part of my zodiac sign, but water is a part of all of us. For we come from the heavenly waters, and we were returned back into the waters. And you cannot change where you came from, but you definitely can make decisions along the way to decide where you are going, where you are headed. And so don't be foolish. You have a good thing going now this season, and the moment that it is not good or perfect, do not get angry. Nobody is going to be perfect, and life will not be perfect either. And so to go through life and work your way to a successful life and to learn more about yourself, you have to be willing to put up with a little bit of bullshit. And when you get into relationships, if you really want to see how they go, or if they are built to last, you have to stick in there for better or for worse. Because a relationship will not be all lollipops and sunshine, and you will really never know what it is built on unless you go through a little trauma or go through some tests, or you actually go through some projects and fail to actually see what your friends, your family, your partners are really made of. For sometimes your mama, your brother, or your best friend, if they get the opportunity, they may put a sword in your back. But these are the tests that you go through, and if it does happen to you, this is just a lesson for you to be learned. And you will also bounce back from this. And the reason that you are going through these things is God will test people when it is little, so that you do not learn the lesson when it is a lot. And so don't take it personal. Know that you must grow through what you go through and keep your head in the game and don't crash out. Since that is something so common today, people feel a way and let their emotions cause them to crash out and take the whole ship down. And this is very unnecessary. So don't be a crash out and don't be a dummy, and know that everything is not meant for you to take personal. And we have the crystal howlite, which will help you organize your headspace and help you to return things to a clean slate. And there's also a couple of rituals that I can teach you to increase your income or to help you transform, especially with this moon energy, with the crystal howlite. So if you are into crystals, this is a very important one, especially on the spiritual path. And for the people that are in the same energy, in the same timeline as I, and the people that may be producing these digital products using ChatGPT and OpenAI as a source or a backup or as a co-worker or a part of a project team, know that it is now time to take the crown and put and go all in. This is how you make real money. I know a lot of people, they are in the streets and they constantly have to re-up. But with a digital product,